Okay, so hello, Fabi. Great to see you.
I'm very happy to see you, Joanna.
So today for my first interview with inspiring empathetic leaders, I invited Fabi from Indonesia. And this is absolutely not a coincidence that I had chosen Fabi to be the first one, because actually she is the most empathetic leader I probably know in my life.
Yeah.
We worked together in Indonesia. I was her boss actually for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when we look for role models in our life, we look to God knows where, very far or something, somewhere on LinkedIn, Instagram, whenever. But very often those role models and those fantastic people are just, at hand and very close to us. And that's the case of Fabi. So Fabi is very accomplished businesswoman, and she's a senior executive now. She is mother of 3, Muslim. But I will let you, Fabi, introduce yourself a little bit more, please.
Okay, Joanna, I'm really happy to be here. It's really nice to see you again after all these years. It seems like we never been apart, even though we only just starting to have this kind of conversations. Hi, everyone. I'm Fabi. Yes, as Joanna said, I'm a mother of 3, growing up already in the early 20s. I have been a working mom since day one. And my position right now is the commercial and IT director of one of the regional government-owned companies. And yes, for me, being a leader, an empathic leader is something that really matters for me, because for me, it's not just about numbers. It's also it's about how you make your team feel good and happy on what they're doing. So when Joanna came with this idea, I was like jumping on and from my seat and saying, yes, this is the thing that we have to do, Joanna. And this is the thing that is missing nowadays, because people are thinking about how they can achieve the target, how can they get promoted, all the transactional things, but they forget that what they're doing now is actually going to recreate generations just exactly like them. This is what I don't want. People think of everything is just like business. You have the responsibility as well to create another leaders. So I'm here.
Yes, Fabi, wonderful. So thank you so much. And as always, humble. And Fabi, actually, I have a first question for you.
Yeah.
Whom would you define yourself as the great leader? Who would it be? I mean, what are the characteristics of this person?
This person should be very selfless, doesn't think much about himself or herself, because being a leader is not about you anymore. Being a leader is about how you can bring the best in your people. If you are still looking for a spotlight in your career as a leader, it means to me that you are not confident enough that you are deserved to be in that positions. You just have to be very kind and very understand the situations of your team, even your colleague, even your boss. I mean, as a leader, I also have boss, right? I mean, like, there is always a leadership in everyone. Being a leader, it doesn't mean that you are the boss. I mean, like, you are my boss, but I also a boss for my team, and my team is also a boss for somebody else, right? So you just have to set a good example for them. So that's what I picture a good leader should be. Of course, in the other hand, he or she has to have all the knowledge, all the technical know-how. But for me, a good leader, apart from that, you have to have a big heart. You have to have a clear purpose of why you are here. It's not about you anymore, but it's about how you can bring the best in your team.
Yeah, it's interesting what you're saying, because what I'm promoting very much on my website is actually the concept also of secure base, that as a leader, you represent a secure base for your people. So you are the reference point and the backup for them, that everything will be fine. You are calm, you're confident, you are somebody that they can refer to, so they know where they are going and why.
Yeah, exactly, Joanna. Remember, like every time we want to have a board meeting and one of our managers have to present the ideas and everything, we are the one who is going to challenge them behind the door, right? We are going to give them the hard time. We're going to give them, very difficult questions. But this is not about us. It's not about me, but this is about to prepare them to be able to go out there and perform at their best. But when they go out there, we have to give these feelings that you're going to be okay because I am there for you. It's not like, when they are having to present to the board of directors. And then we also asking them questions, challenging them in front of the others for the sake to show that we know I know what the issue, I know everything, I know much more than my team. I don't think that's the right way, right? I mean, like, if you go out there, you should be 100% with your team, right? And that kind of feelings matters a lot for the team. Just like when I was there and I know that you were 100% behind me, I feel okay because I know my support system is there, right? And with that confidence, I can deliver my best without worry of anything, right? So that is all something that I learned, as the boss. You just have to be 100% there, and you are the support system for your team, enabling them to grow, enabling them to face the challenge, enabling them to learn from mistakes. Yeah, so just like parents, I'm the big mama, And then you sort of like creating an ecosystem that everybody feel at ease, everybody feel trust, right? When you feel when the trust is there, you are starting to open up. You are not afraid being judged. You are not afraid of being wrong, right? Because the support system is behind you. And that is when the creative thinking, all the innovations, all the crazy ideas come up, right? So there is no such things as a bad ideas. It is going to be something interesting, something that, might create something bigger than we ever think, because it is, enabling them to do something out of the box.
I always remember how well you engage others and how much empathy you demonstrated to your people. You are friends with all of them, until now you stay connected.
I'm still staying connected. Whoever get a new boyfriend or a new girlfriend, they will call me up and they will come to my house and say, introducing, this is my future husband. And when they get married, I was there in their wedding. When they have a baby, the baby came to my house. For me, this is priceless. This is what makes me happy. I don't need to prove how good I was as a leader, how much market share that I can reach. It doesn't matter for me, Joanna. For me, it's like, how can I, help my team to create their stories? And this is what matters more. But me being who I am right now is not because like I was born like this, because I myself also exposed to great leaders. What make it different is like whatever stories that I had in the past, I really think about it very much. In my Unilever years, I have met great leaders that we were so afraid of, if we bump into him in the elevator, we'd rather run away. He doesn't want to be in the same elevator with this person. But then I realized he cares so much with the team. It happened, I was with one of the Unilever Indonesia CEO. I don't have to mention his name. We were in the same flight from Singapore back to Jakarta. I was still an assistant brand manager for Lux Toilet Soap. We were waiting for our luggage, and he was in business class, and I was like in far, far away economy class, right? My luggage will come later. And he got his, and he was just still standing next to me. And I asked him, why are you not going home? You have your car, right, waiting? No, I will wait for you. Like, huh? So we can have a chat. You know, I mean, like, can you imagine a CEO waiting for my luggage, you know, but he can just go, but he rather, you know, stay with me, waiting for my luggage and have a chat with me. And you know what sort of like conversation that I had with him? I had only one son at that time, my firstborn, and he said, did you bring something for Rayhan? He mentioned my son's name. I said like,
Wow.
yes, I bought him a toy. And then what he said to me, Fabi, you may travel around the world, but wherever you go, please bring something for your kids. It's not the thing, but it shows that mommy remember him when you are away. I was just like, oh my God, he was the CEO, the president director of Unilever Indonesia. Can you imagine? Like everybody are so afraid with him, but in the other side of him is that he's so human. And I learned, and I was like, oh wow. When I grow up, I want to be like him, you know. But for me, what makes it when I have that stories, I really think, Joanna, I really put it in my heart. I really mean it when I say when I grow up, I want to be like him. You know, you just, of course, he's very tough. You know, when meeting with him, it was just like he remember all the numbers and everything. But you know, it was like, oh my God. That is very, I think he has a very strong empathy to his team, yeah? And then in Holcim Indonesia, I also met this great guy, also the president directors. When I had my first director level to Holcim Malaysia, I bumped into him. And this is the thing that he said to me, like I just said to you, Fabi, welcome to the senior management of Holcim. And he said, the higher you get is not about you anymore. The higher you get is about your people. It's about how you bring the best in your people. And that word, if I didn't have that conversations with him, Joanna, I'm not sure I am going to be like I am right now. So I was just like, why are you like this, baby? I said, I'm very lucky that I met great leaders that I can learn. So this is what he said to me. So, and then I moved to Malaysia, to Johor Bahru, and my kids came with me. The 3 kids, they're still small. The first day of school, I got a message from him asking, how was your kids' first day?
That's a true leader. That's a true empathetic leader.
Yeah.
Beyond transactional. And then, you know, for this leader, you do whatever. I mean.
Exactly. He asked me to do within 24 hours, send me this report, Fabi, next Monday. I can do it like today. I will do anything for him, you know, because I know I am matters for him. He cares for me, not because I am the manager there, because I am matters who I am as a mother of 3, you know. So with this experience, Joanna, this is how I sort of like develop my sort of like empathetic leadership in me. You know, like you know, in Danone, I go the extra miles to really take care of these kids. Kids, our family, right? It's just beyond job. I talk to I know their parents, I know their family, I know their problems, I know this and that beyond job. But I know if they don't deliver the projects or the promise that they promise to deliver, I'm also tough with that. But in the other side, I just want to show them that I care for them. They mean a lot for us, right?
Yes, and that's exactly what I recall from our times. We were like a family.
Right, exactly right. I mean, like you are the father, I am the mother.
Yeah.
We both taking care of the family, right? I mean, like, of course, there is responsibility that they have to deliver, but in the other hand, we also care about their well-being. But the thing is, Joanna, sometimes people see this kind of leadership is not strong enough, right? They expect leaders to be very tough, distance, very masculine in a way. Even for women like us, they expect us to be very masculine. So it shows that you are a good one. We don't have to be like that, right? I mean, we can be a very warm, kind of mother leadership, but yet we still deliver. So, yeah.
And tell me, because, I remember from our times that you had a lot of interesting practical tools to engage younger generation and to engage your people.
So when I first came to Danone, I asked the team to create their mood board. I mean, like, this is a collage of, pictures, words of who they are, what they want to be, their dreams and hopes. So everybody is doing that. I still have mine though. I put it in my room, and every time I go to bed, I can see that. So, and then with that board, it was sort of like a competition for me. I will just say who's the best one. But behind this, what happened at that time, when I came to my first day at work, everybody was so focused into themselves. I walk into the room and I say, good morning. Nobody say good morning. What matters is just work, work, and work. Deliver, 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 deliver. And I want to be marketing managers by this. I want to be brand director by this. It's all in their mind, right? So I asked them to make this collage, this board. With this, and we had a day out at my house, and everybody is sharing their collage to everyone. Why there is a home, why there is books, why because of this and that, why there is a baby, why there is a family. So they're sharing this. And to my surprise, Joanna, they're very open. And some of us cry. We cry because of the stories that are telling that this is like the sessions of being open to one another. So there is no skeleton in the closet. Everybody is open up. Everybody knows what worries them, what is their hope, what their dreams. And from that moment, I got these very strong feelings that this team that is always very individuals now become one. The next day, everything, I can see people smiling. I can hear people talking about, oh, I know what you want. You want to have 3 kids. Now you only have 2. So you have 1 more to go, that kind of things. One of our team, can I mention the name? Gistang. He's a very strong guy, big, tall, very, scary face. But, I remember in his board that he pictured himself to be a cool father with 2 young daughters. He has 2 daughters now.
Oh, congratulations.
That's how he pictured himself. And there's also Ina wanted to have, a family. And there's also Intan who wants to, be a successful in her job, but also successful as a mother, supporting her husband. And it is happening now. So it is sort of like a law of attractions kind of thing. This is what you want. It took them a month or so to do this, and they are complaining to me, why do we have to do this? This is nonsense. This is nothing to do with jobs. And I say, okay, you just wait and see. And then the moment they start telling the stories, everybody can feel each other, and everybody can trust each other. And the way they work is much fun, So one day when you are retired, how you want people to think of you? Do you want people to think of you as someone who can, give high profit to the company, or do you want to be remembered as someone who helped this person to become a good leader? I would choose the second one. That's actually the question you should ask yourself. What is the story you want people to tell about you when you are no longer the CEO, when you are no longer, the important person in the company, when you are just you as a human being? Are you matters that much to them anymore or not? For me, I think I still matters for my team, even though they're not in the same organizations with me, because in every stage of their life, I was always there for them. And they will always ask me to be part in the journey. And it makes me happy, Joanna. So I think when you want to become a good leader, you just have to be very honest to yourself and be kind to others. This is not about you, you become a leader. This is not about you anymore. It's about your people. Your time is enough. You don't need to be on the spotlight. If the spotlight should be on your team, it is you.
Yeah. Beautiful ending, Febby. Thank you so much for this wonderful, wonderful conversation.